Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 164. And my name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is March 27th, 2024. So your 11th month window is February 27th, 2025. 7th month window is October 27th, 2024. We're going to go right into the buy and sell side of things. And today is the top 5 myths or things people tend to get incorrect regarding DVC. Number 1, the expiration date for the resorts is different if you buy resale or direct. That is false. The expiration date for the resorts is the same if you buy direct or you buy resale. If you buy Bay Lake Tower, it expires 2060. It doesn't matter if you bought it direct from Disney in 2009, direct from Disney in 2015, direct from Disney yesterday. If you bought a resale, in 2012, 2015, 2020, it expires 2060. The end dates are the same. And remember, on buy and sell DVC.com, under buyers tabs, you have a tab that tells you the annual dues and the expiration date and the price per point of the resorts. Number 2, right of first refusal or ROFR means Disney gets to look at the property first. So many times I see someone say, I have an Old Key West property I'm looking to sell. Can you give me some guidance? And then someone will say, well, we have to give it to Disney first. That is false. You have to find a buyer first. You and the buyer have to sign an agreement. That agreement is then sent to Disney for right of first refusal. So, that's how right of first refusal works. It doesn't, meaning you don't say, I'm an owner and I say, I have a Saratoga Springs property. Do you want to buy it? And then Disney says no. And that means that it's gone through right of first refusal. That's not how that works. You find a buyer, everybody signs, it's sent to Disney, and then they'll answer in right of first refusal. And then, I don't know if I even put this on here, but if they buy it back, they just simply take over as the buyer. The price that you've reached with the buyer is the exact same price that they buy it back for. The price doesn't change at all.
So Disney can't come in and lowball you,
right?
Essentially is what you're saying. Disney can't sit there and say, okay, you're selling it for 150, we'll give you 100.
Well, it's like somebody, let's say we send an agreement for right of first refusal and then Disney buys it back. I notify the seller, and then the seller will ask, well, what price did they buy it for? And I'm like, they bought it on the exact same terms that you reached with the seller. They're just simply taking over as a buyer. They can't change the terms. They can only change the buyer. Number 3, I can't sell my property because I don't own it free and clear. That is false. You can sell your property any time, and the closing company is going to pay off your mortgage to Disney or to Vacation Club Loans or Monera before sending you the remaining funds. So you do not have to own your property free and clear in order to sell your Disney Vacation Club property. Number 4, I need to know the date. So the buyer will call in and say, I need to know the date this property was listed, because the longer it has been listed, the more negotiable the seller will be. That is false. I've been selling DVC since 2004, and the sellers that come to you that want the property sold are very active with their listing. Meaning they try and set the price where they think they're going to get offers. If they don't get offers within 5 to 7 days, they're lowering the price. And they're doing everything they can so their property sells within a 30-day period. When you have a listing that's been around for 6 to 8 months, a lot of times, we've been in contact with that seller multiple times. Hey, do you want to make adjustments to your listings? Do you want to make, the other similar listings are selling for this price? And we're sending them all sorts of information, and they're just staying at the same price. They just, I don't know sometimes I don't know why sellers even have their property listed. I don't know if it's to appease someone else in their family to say that we have it listed, or what the deal is. But a lot of times, someone that's had the property listed for a long time, it's not even in the top of their mind to sell their property. They just, they're usually not very negotiable. They don't even really know what's going on with their property. I mean, again, those are sellers are few and far between, but it happens. But typically, though, so many offers and so many things happen with a listing that's just been listed. Like, you want to. I mean, if you see a listing, you kind of want to attack that listing right away, and just make your offer. Number 5, it takes forever to close on a resale purchase. That is false. I mean, most times you will be closed in 6 to 7 weeks and then have your points in your account 14 days after that. I mean, if you're signing everything as fast as you can on your end, typically the seller is as well. Now, the seller's final documents, they do have to be notarized, but usually sellers are pretty good about getting those documents notarized and mailed back in. But, everything's typically closing 6 to 7 weeks, and then you're in the system 2 weeks later. Now, of course, over time, there's been different, if you take a 20-year period of the resales, has there been a couple blips in the system where, number one, things were closing in 21 days? Yes. Have you seen things where they closed in, say, 10 weeks and then 5 weeks to get your points in the system? Yes. But those are outliers. For the most part, everything is 6 to 7 weeks and then 2 weeks to load your points. So those are the top 5 myths or things people tend to get incorrect regarding DVC. Hopefully you had those memorized and you won't get them wrong again.
As I saw this list, I wanted to put it in honorable mention at number 6, if you're okay with that. And I just saw this in our Disney Vacation Club Resales DVC group the other day. Someone was looking to buy DVC and they weren't sure, and they said, I know that, I can only stay at the resort. If I buy resale, I can only stay at my home resort. And everybody jumped in there and explained, no, that's not, it's something that people have thought for years, something Disney has said would happen for years. That's not the case. It's only happened in the last, 2-3 years now with the bringing on of Riviera. If you buy Riviera on the resale market, you can only stay at Riviera. And now the same thing is going to be true with the new Disneyland hotel, which, have you seen anybody have a Disneyland hotel in the resale market yet? Yeah, it's so new. I haven't seen anybody yet. But so essentially, only if you're purchasing Riviera and maybe anything going forward, like newer stuff, you can only stay at that home resort. But if you purchase any other resort, you can stay at your home resort 11 months out, and you can switch to any other resort except for Riviera as well at the 7-month window. So you can stay wherever you like.
That is a very good honorable mention. Yes, that's a good one.
Thank you. That's why you keep me around.
Yes. And now we're on to the food review of the week.
Ty rolled a little magic thing.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So for today's food review, I am back at Amorette's Patisserie because I mentioned we tried 3 things when we were there, and we try to do this type of stuff. It was my wife and both of my children. We tried all these things, and so I'm hoping this one's better than the unbelievably disappointing Mickey Mouse that we tried. This time it was the lemon blueberry cream puff. So this was a cream puff filled with blueberry cream and lemon curd. This one was definitely a good amount better than the Mickey Mouse. The puff had lots of blueberry and cream / mousse, whatever you call it, inside. Nothing overpowering, but very tasty, not overly sweet. They switched desserts often, so definitely you want to check in with them. And which I absolutely love. As somebody who has to do these food reviews, to find a shop that you enjoy that's constantly changing stuff around. It doesn't work great when people hear something and then they want to go try it. But for me, it works out wonderfully because I can sit there and keep coming back with new stuff for you. So I really do enjoy Amorette's doing this. I gave this one a 7.5, and it means there's still one thing remaining. I'm saving the best for last, as I'm definitely seeing a pattern about Amorette's here. That over the last 2 times I've been there and I've tried a couple different things, I see what Amorette's does best. And we'll leave it at that. I just threw this and it came right back to me.
And now
it's under the table.
C-rental side of things.
On the rental side, I decided it might be a little fun to pepper in the next couple of weeks up a featured resort. So for this week's featured resort, I'm going to talk about Animal Kingdom, as it's one of my absolute favorite resorts, and it consists of both Jambo House and Kidani Village. The resort has studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and the 3-bedroom grand villas. It's the only resort that offers a club level, as well as the best bang for the option out there, the value rooms, which they have value studios, 1 bedrooms, and 2 bedrooms. Both resorts have, when I say both resorts, Jambo House and Kidani Village. Both resorts have great pools, some of the best dining on property, Boma, Jico, Sanaa. Only resorts that, in the Savannah views have views of the animals. Jambo House, especially Jambo House on this one, has an absolutely amazing lobby, big open air lobby. It's the same architect who did Wilderness Lodge, which is Copper Creek, Boulder Ridge, whatever you want to call them. Then the main Wilderness Lodge lobby, it's the same architect who does that. So when you walk in, very, very impressive. You feel like you've gone somewhere super fun and exotic. And it was one of my favorite things when I first became a DVC member, is walking into the Animal Kingdom lobby and going, I can't believe I'm staying at a resort like this. I never thought I'd be able to afford a place like this, because it's just so impressive. What's also great about Animal Kingdom is they have some great inexpensive options. The value view starts at 8 points per night in the off season, and you've got a standard view option as well before you start getting up to the Savannas. So it's like you've got 2 really great inexpensive options that put you in an absolutely beautiful exotic resort. And then if you want to spend a little more, you've got a club level, and in between that you've got the Savannah view, which means, again, you walk out on your balcony and there's giraffes and zebras and collie cattle and stuff down below. So I mean, the absolute best views on property and the best categories to choose from. Again, you got inexpensive stuff, you've got club level where you get all free food with your stay, and then you've got also views of the animals. Also a great option, one of the best things about it also is that it's a larger resort, which means that a lot of times for last minute stays, you can still get in there. It could be 3 months out sometimes, and you'll see Jambo House or Kidani still available. Some of the other resorts, Beach Club, Boardwalk, like Polynesian, sometimes are gone 7 months out. But Animal Kingdom, because of the pure size of it and the fact that there's 2 different resorts, Kidani Village, the entire resort is DVC rooms, and at Jambo House, just the 5th floor is DVC, and then a couple rooms, 5 or 6, I believe it's 6. I saw somebody post 5 the other day, so I'm a little confused. I thought it was 6 2-bedroom lock-offs, essentially, that on the 6th floor for club level. So essentially, it's really just one main floor. You've got the 5th floor at Jambo House, which was built first. It became so popular, they put Kidani right next door and made the entire thing DVC. So there's lots and lots of rooms to choose from. They're big resorts, and I mean, it's one of my... Boardwalk's probably number 1. Animal Kingdom is 1B for me. Absolutely love Animal Kingdom, especially Jambo House, because of that beautiful lobby. It just makes me feel special every single time I stay there.
And one other myth that I thought of while you're doing this is...
Is it Animal Kingdom myth or
yes,
regular?
Animal Kingdom myth.
Animal Kingdom myth. So you crossed them.
Is that people think that they have to choose their ownership at Jambo or Kidani. And that is not the case. It's just you buy Animal Kingdom. It expires 2057, and you can choose your reservation at Jambo or Kidani. Of course, it's all based on availability, but you don't have to pick your ownership at each one. It's not like you buy Jambo, you have 11 months there, you can't book Kidani until 7. No. It's all under one umbrella. The
Animal Kingdom umbrella, which is nice again because you've got the option of 2 different resorts for one home resort. So very, very cool. I like that.
And to me, when I think of the 2 resorts, it's like, to me, if you have your vehicle with you, I mean, I would prefer to stay at Kidani because you can park right underneath your villa. If you stay at Jambo with your car, you're out into a parking lot.
Yes.
And then, Kidani has the hallways that seem to go on forever.
They do have some long hallways.
Does Jambo have hallways or no?
Most of the time, there's one branch off that I went to go visit a client a couple years ago, and I was like, this is a long hallway. It's not as long as Kidani's, but there is one long hallway at Jambo. I've never actually been down that hallway, like stayed down that hallway. But there's one long one, but Kidani's a longer.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Kidani and I think Boardwalk have some of the longest hallways available.
yeah, like if you go up the wrong elevator in Kidani, and because like if you go up the right elevator, you know, you're only say 20, 30 feet from your room. But if you go up the wrong one and then you have to walk down the hallway, like it's one of those things where you think it's never gonna end. Like it's like you want to call for help. Like I need to call for backup. Like I'm here, I got a family of 4, and I don't think this is ever gonna end.
2-year-old down, I need assistance.
Like, did we sign up for the Safari and I was not aware?
Yes, it definitely has some of the longer walks, possibly. Yes, but I still love the resort.
Yes,
It's a wonderful resort. But yeah, those.
But those things, I mean, those are the type of memories that that's like, I remember being in those hallways with kids when my kids are like 4 and 2, and you're like, holy.
I think once at Kidani, we had like the last room at the end of the hallway, and I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm not sure. It might have been. I think we might have had one of the Grand Villas, and I was like, why is the Grand Villa all the way at the end? It was a walk. It was definitely a walk.
Hopefully you enjoyed that new feature from the DVC-Rental side of things.
Tell us if you and your family have almost passed out, you know, walking the hallways of Kidani in the comments below.
And hopefully we'll see you back next week to see what the featured resort is.
Next week might be featured resort, but I think next week I might do. Actually, I'm not sure if maybe I'll do the top one at Amorette's. We'll see. All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.